I'll be taking forward this session for the next 1 hour. So as a host and as well as a speaker, I have a lot of points to discuss. And primarily, like every time I say, we have certain ground rules to follow. We'll mute everyone, and unless or until it is not needed, will not even come on to the video. We'll definitely have an interaction, and moreover, we'll also allow the other participants to join in sometime. By then, still we'll start and keep discussing. So there is a key reason, or rather, I should say, there is a strong reason behind why I'm hosting this session today on leadership. Many of us, being a student, being an employee, being in any other different cadre or in a different role with a college or with a company or to that matter, we must have been leading some or other roles actually. Like I should say, we must have been one of those successful leaders, or we must have been one of those failed leaders. Now, the question here is why people are failing and how people are succeeding as leaders. Because in the last, I mean, since the last 15, 20 days, I have been a part of many sessions as a host, as a speaker, and I'm myself hosting some sessions. Everything is absolutely going great, undoubtedly. So, but there were few sessions where I should say there was a different disturbance that has started altogether. So when I say about the disturbance component here, there were sessions where I found that people are not really worth of being a leader rather. Because when I say leader, a leader is someone who should actually be standing in front when the team sees a failure. He should be standing behind when the team finds a success. Let the team speak how they succeeded. That is a prime quality of a leader. Now, why people fail? What type of leader can be everyone? Is leader a common heading, or what type of leaderships we have? So one love to be a student leader, one likes to be a employee association leader, one loves to be in a corporate leader. Everyone have different ambitions that they wanted to be leaders. But a leader has some unique qualities, a leader has some unique features, I should say. Because today when look at the people, I find many trainers in the market, like everyone are great, undoubtedly. Everyone have got the same opinions, same ideas, the way of delivering everything. So when it comes to the point of leading a team in terms of a session, in terms of giving some session or kind of rather, no, many people fail in actually making the audience or that team to like him or her. Because it all depends how are we trying to do this. A leader should know what sort of respect to be given to his team. A leader should know what type of personality he should be towards his team. A leader should know what is that the team expects from him as a leader. Does he should be a boss or a leader? Why is it so important? We've come across these kind of people in our career throughout the time. Okay, you know, that they are the people. I mean, a leader is someone who's like a guard for us. In case of any trouble, he stands in the front. In case of peace, or rather I should say in case of any freedom, he stands on the back and then leave the people free. So let us start discussing what sort of leader you can be, what sort of things you need to follow. So what type of leader are you? So this is a title I would like to have today. Let me quickly come with a definition for leadership. A person who can empower people, motivate people, inspire people, okay, who can be responsible, or who can lead the team in bringing some change, who has got a vision, um, which really reaches everyone in this team, and also which who can make the team to feel that his vision is absolutely fine, I mean true, or correct rather. A leader is someone who doesn't work for himself. A leader is someone who works for the entire team. A leader is someone who really actually yeah, Girdhar Garu, thank you, sir. And we have one more answer. Manager orders the work, but a team leader will show the path and involve them to to complete the work to get a perfect output. Absolutely, Bharat. That's true. Now here, when I have to speak about this, empowering people is very, very important these days. You don't know what type of people you have in your team. When you start leading a team, you might get people who are really boring. You might get people who are very active. You must be getting you people who are really troubling the team. Okay, how do you deal with all of them? Are you a proper leader in dealing all these people? And how do you inspire people in case of a failure? How are you inspiring people? When someone sees a failure, how is that you are taking that situation, and how is that you are also able to handle that handle that particular moment? So can you, Mr. Naveen Kumar asks, sir, can you, I mean, like, can you please tell the roles and responsibilities of leader? How does a leader influence the behavior of other members? Yes, sir, I'm going to do this. I'll definitely do that. Okay. Now, I should say leadership is not a position or a title. It's action. I mean, it is an action and example. This is not a science or a social or any other subject or any other art. I should say it's beyond some art. It's not a position. It's not a title. If you are given a position of a leader, you're not there to enjoy that position. Many of us may do this mistake. The moment we become the leader, or someone says that you have been promoted, you have people working under you, all the things come into the head and the head becomes very heavy. It's just a small role or a title given, but it's not like you're ruling the entire world. The one who rules the entire world doesn't even take this. Why are we taking it? Now, the moment everything comes into the mind that we are the boss, the person who takes this to the mind and says, I'm not a leader. Absolutely. I mean, like, when he doesn't feel like a leader, he behaves like a boss. He gets everything into the head. He starts behaving wrongly with the team, wrongly with the people around. He feels as if he has been awarded with something very big. If he is really, or if he or she is really behaving in that way, probably there is a day where that someone will take his or her position. So do not just get happy that today I'm promoted, I'm the manager, I'm the AVP, or I'm this, I'm that, etc. Blah blah blah. No, no, no. It is not going to happen. If that is the case, what everyone has to, I mean, everyone takes it, then many leaders have failed, and the still failure continues. Right. So here, I mean, there are different leadership skills, but the top five skills which I found very interesting, one leader should have. If you're a leader, if you say that I'm a leader, what are the key skills that you should be having? Number one is your communication. It's very important how you speak to people, how you communicate the things to people in a verbal or a non-verbal manner. How do you communicate to people in an email or a direct manner? Like if you're writing an email to the team where they have performed one of the worst ways, it's a leader, I mean, it's a responsibility of a leader, and it's his professionalism how decently he can still look at the failure and write an email addressing the entire team. How can you speak to your team if they have failed? Losing the temper, shouting in front of everyone is not leadership. That's a, I should say that's one of the worst leaderships I have ever seen. There are certain managers, I should not say this, there are certain managers, AVPs, where you feel like, the way they start shouting at people in front of the employees, it doesn't really make sense. You're degrading someone's respect, you're taking out someone's respect. If you really want to have a discussion with them who really made some damage to the business or work, take them on a session, speak one on one. Why should we do that improper miscommunication? Why should we degrade, why should we degrade uh, that employees respect in front of everyone? Yes, that's an ego kind of. No, I happened to experience this in one of the companies. So with, even though after having so much of experience, I was still ready to work for a role where I know that there is some youngster who is above me as a leader. So I know he was very, I mean, like, not very young, but still at least 2 3 years younger to me, but grown to the level of senior role. And and there was another person who works in between me and this senior person as an additional manager. So he's also a little above me, and then he works as an additional manager. One day there was an interaction, and there was some task that was given in which I could not get it. So I asked in a very polite way that this is something I could not do, but I still need some more support from the team where I can definitely do this. Trust me, guys, the way he has spoken, the way he has behaved on the floor in front of almost 150 plus employees, the way he has put the things across in front of many youngsters, right? It's not about the age over there, it's all about the respect. Every single citizen has an individual respect. If you are a leader, you should know how to respect that citizen's respect. Tomorrow, if you are being if you have been treated in the same way, then that's when the pain comes inside. We should know how to communicate with people. 100 mistakes happen from everyone's side. A leader is there to correct the mistakes and get them proper. Motivation, team will fail, it doesn't mean that the team is totally lost. Don't degrade the team saying like, The team is really worse, really bad. You might be see, I'll tell you some small examples of how this will happen. Motivation is very much important when a project fails. Motivation is very important when you find that, for example, in terms of colleges, the admissions are supposed to happen, the faculty take care of the admissions part, the principal and the management will sit on their head. The admissions are not happening, stop shouting at them, because they know the pain what they are getting going to into the market and talking to people. Speak to the people, ask them what are the challenges. If possible, you get down into the market along with them as a leader and then face the challenges. Motivate them that we can do it. Motivate them that we can definitely handle it. Motivate them that we can definitely go with this. But don't say that you are one of the worst employee I have ever seen. If you as a leader are saying that you are one of the worst employee I have ever seen, then it is a matter of quick 1 second for that employee to say you are the one of the worst boss I have ever seen. If you don't know how to motivate your employees, then you better don't be with the employees. It's a very, very wrong leadership. Positivity. When we don't have a positivity, what is the being of there with the team? We always think negative. We speak negative of the team. I mean, about that particular team. Then what is the, you're psychologically degrading the team. Creativity. Think different, work different. Let the team have a freedom to think in a creative manner. Let the team have the freedom to work in a different manner. Let the people feel that yes, I'm there for these people. I mean, for my manager. Give them a space. Feedback. If you are working as a leader, then you be prepared to take feedback. You ask the people, boss, this is my leadership. How did you like it? Is there anything I need to change? Are you okay with my behavior? Are you okay with my work style? Are you okay with my team principles? Or you can invite, put an idea box, invite. What is that we can do? What is that we can do as a team? How creatively we can work? Take the feedbacks, your feedback and the team feedback, and let the people come up with discussions. And you know what? That really makes a leader more successful. And when you attain a position, once it gets to the head, all these things are not possible. You will never communicate properly, you will never motivate properly, you will never positive, you will never be positive, you will never think in a creative manner, and you will never allow people to give a feedback. Have been seeing so many leaders in a very, very, very wrong way. It can be anywhere, it can be corporate, it can be government, it can be anywhere. A leader is someone who is very, very, in one word I should say, a leader is a servant to his team. Just for a namesake, he's heading a role, but he should be listening to every single person in the team. He should be taking their pain, he should be taking their happiness, he should be giving them the happiness, he or she. The leader should be literally working very ground towards so that the team mingles with them and then work. So these are some of the top 5 skills we should remember. The general skills, as I said, communication, goal setting is one important thing. As a leader, you need to have some goal. What is that I should achieve for this team? And set the goals for your team, that what is that we should achieve. Leader should always say we. If he starts thinking that I, yes, you think what you need to, but end of the day, it should be a we. So just assign some goals to the team, sit with the team, work with the team, not just assigning the task over the email and then running away, and at the end of the day coming back and saying, okay, you did not do this. So, Mr. Giridhar sir says these days team members demotivate and taking advantage of cool leader. How to overcome being leader? Yes, sir, I'm going to speak about it. See, when you speak about these people, if you're allowing someone to get over your head, that means the kind of space you have given onto your head is not correct. I mean, like to them is not correct. So, what are the things you can do in this case? Number one, try to speak them in person. Say that this is not right behavior, and you change your leadership style. Just try to understand what sort of space to be given to them, because that might become a terrorist activity in the future. Let me be very, very, very clear on this. You just give them, reduce the space what you are giving. I'll tell you what, a teacher can be called as a leader here. Let me give an example. A leader should know what sort of space should be given to a student. If anyone says that teacher and students are supposed to be friends, yeah, that's really true, but not to an extent of doing a friendship where they smoke together. I've seen people doing it where they drink together. You give some space as a leader, but you should have a barrier. They should know what to speak and what not. If you still find that they are not coming to your control, give them a couple of do a couple of discussions. If not, you have an option always to escalate it above your level and say that there is a problem with this fellow. I have tried to the maximum, and then you make your decision. Then let the next level person make a decision on this. So every problem has a solution, sir. Motivate people, building teams, leading a change. You should be responsible for a change in the team, right? And then conflict management. Many times there are a lot of conflicts. It can be within the team, it can be out of the team, it can be from some other one. Now as you as a leader, for example, when we feel like taking responsibility of a head of the department or a team leader or a manager, when we feel such a pain at times, imagine what would be the pain for India head of a company. How many issues he must be attending, how many complaints they must be taking, how many success rates they must be seeing. So when you start growing as a leader, it is again like a coin. You be prepared to see the happiness and the trouble. You don't know when you will be happy with your team, but at the same time, when you don't know when your trouble, I mean, team gets into a trouble, or when your trouble becomes a bigger trouble. Your teammates can be very, very headache fellows, but still you should have the patience. The first and foremost factor is patience. If something is really going out of your hand, you always have someone above your head. Take it. Or if you are the one who is above everyone's head, still there is a way. Give multiple warnings. If that is not happening, terminate that employee. When you know that because of that particular person, if a lot of problems are coming up, then why to have him in the office or in your premises? That might definitely put the things into a problem. Coaching. Okay. So you just need to coach the people, not a trainer. Sit with them, listen to them, understand them, drive them, drive them properly what they wanted to do. If you say that tomorrow I need, I mean, like for the next academic year, I need 50 admissions from particularly you, Karthik. If my boss says this, or my leader, I should say, if my leader or my principal says, Karthik, you should get 50 admissions, a smart fellow will automatically ask, what is the strategy you have, sir, to get 50 students? Let me know so that I can tell you my strategy. I faced a lot of problems by being very straightforward. Don't just blindly take the orders and then go and then put yourself into a problem. Like you have a option to discuss. Yes, sir. You said we need 50 entries or 50 admissions for this particular academic year from my side. No, but when I understood the market, this is a challenge, and this is my idea. Do you think this idea will work? Still, if the person is not listening to you, apply that and then show him. Any which ways you know that that doesn't work, then tell him that this is a problem. If leader he himself is wrong, then you escalate it to the next level, or you decide what you need to do. But don't just be silent. Speak out. Challenges, issues, what are they? A leader is, one way I should say is like a mother. You should be very, very, very open. Speak to a mother. You speak to your parents, or especially to a mother, in a very lovable manner, that you know what to ask and what not, and what to say and what not to say. Similarly, if you're a leader or if you're with a leader, as a leader, you should behave like a mother. Treat the people like your kids. Treat your team like a child, your own child. You're bringing your child up. You're helping your child to grow. Do it. You can even play the role of a father. Be responsible. Create some responsibility roles and then give them, guide them. Be as a coach. Things are possible, sir. We'll see one by one. These are some of the leadership types we have: democratic, autocratic, strategic, transformational, transactional, coach style, bureaucratic. We'll discuss one after one now, right? When I say democratic, yes, this is what it is. Democratic leadership is exactly what it sounds like. The leader makes decisions based on the inputs. Okay, just yeah. So the leader makes decisions based on the input of each team member. This is what is needed. You cannot be a monarch as a leader. You should be democratic. If your team has 50 people, 10 people, 5 people, walk to every single person and ask them, do you have any challenges? Do you have any inputs? Let me know. We will sit, we'll discuss. No, that really makes your teammate to be very comfortable, and that really brings a very, very, very huge difference. A leader is one who should be very ground to earth, as I said, accessible to every single fellow in his team. If you become the India head of a company, it doesn't mean that you're not accessible to anyone. When you start walking across the company premises, or when you become a principal of a college, okay, or when you become the head of the department of a college, when you start walking in the corridors or in the portico, when people look at you, still they should carry the same respect what they had earlier and what they will have now. Don't expect a respect with fear. Just expect a respect as a leader with a lot of happiness. Just that they have seen you as a leader, they should salute you, they should say hello. Don't expect that to happen soon. If that is the case, nobody will be free, nobody will be talking to you. It's very, very, very important that the leader should know what he or she is. So democratic, just he makes the decision based on the input of each team member. He listens, he takes feedback, he prepares questionnaires, he'll do a lot of analysis, and then he will finalize. And before he makes a decision, again he will inform to the team and says, as per all your inputs, this is what it is decided. If you're all okay with this, we can take it forward. That is what you call democratic leadership. And this is very hardly followed. I should say 2 or 3 out of 10 are following this because they are not leaders, they're boss. That's simple. The second category would be autocratic leader is the inverse of democratic. In this leadership style, the leader makes decisions without taking inputs. He's just like a monarch. He doesn't, he doesn't want to take opinion. The team doesn't even know what sort of decisions or mails he's sending or taking. He might come all of a sudden and say, tomorrow we have a client meeting, get the things done. He never informed. He will say, tomorrow morning we have a schedule like this, you do this. And that too, he might be very psychoic that he will tell at the end of the day before people log out. So why do we need to bother the people like this? So this is a wrong type of leadership again. Strategic leader. So he sits at the intersection between a company, main operations, and its growth opportunities. Yes, he is very strategic. He has a game plan. He knows what the company's growth is, and he knows what are the opportunities available, and he becomes a union. Like we have two A and B, that union will between in between these two, that is what we call a strategic leader. He will be a bridge between the growth opportunities and the company operations, and he tries to come up with wonderful ideas, or he will be responsible for some new growth in that particular company. And again, very few leaders are available as such, right? Do not misuse. Let me give a one personal advice. You might be growing as a leader, so do not misuse the power that has been given to you. Do not corrupt. Many people do this. I'm very sorry to say this, but I have seen people in my service who have been doing such a one of the worst leadership activity. The moment they get into a service or a role, they just feel like they're some big head, and the kind of decisions they make, the kind of behavior they have with other staff, trust me, it's nowhere good. And they start doing corruption activities at times, and they make other team too. I'll give you an example. And once, I mean, 1 year back, I believe, no, 1.5 year ago, I was in Tirupati addressing a team of almost close to 60 plus government employees. It was a government treatment, I mean, a government session. So it was on the same leadership. So when I spoke about leadership and just before the break time, so I gave an example, and I was talking about what is the biggest quality one leader should have is like being honest to his team and sincere. That makes a better growth. And there were so many arguments on this. People say, sir, if we are honest, we don't get anything because the one who is above us is always not correct. So when he is not correct, and if we try to be correct, we'll be taken out. And we don't want our jobs to go out. So we are also not correct. Yes, this I have experienced. Let me tell you an example. I had an opportunity to get into a government office as a government employee very long back. I just rejected it and came back after being there for a few months. Even today, if someone allowed to work with me, I say I don't say a dictator, but I am a very policy-oriented fellow because the same I implemented. So where even if the head of the institution wants a desktop or a laptop, I say that the head of the institution has to give a signature on the book saying like I need this, I'm taking this. So that used to be the my way of controlling. I mean, like my way of working. So this really troubled a lot of people. And second thing, in one of the incident, there was a function where I was given a huge amount of almost close to 2 lakhs, saying like you work for this and then get the bills done. I settled everything. I settled everything. Just tomorrow is the event. Today evening I got everything done. Payments done. All functions arrangements are over. I got the bills ready, and the next day post function, I submitted the bills to the auditor, and they were all shocked to see this in a government office. Now they say, Karthik, why are you returning so early? I said, I'm done. And there is almost 40 to 50,000 left over. I'm returning it back. And some people came and said, sir, don't give it like that. Write some vouchers and give it to me. I mean, I'm not finding faults in all the employees, but there are some people and they grow as leaders and they make the rest of the teams as growing wrong. Leadership, leadership, leadership. is like a, you should be blessed to be a leader. One should be, right? So let me go with the next type of leader here. Transformational leadership. He's one who's majorly responsible for a transformation in the entire team or in the company. Employees might have a basic set of tasks and goals that they complete every week or month, but the leader is constantly pushing them outside of their comfort zone. For example, if Karthik has been given a task saying like you should complete it in 1.5 month or 1 month time rather, now I might take it very easily, right? So I might go into my own zone, like I can work the way I want, I can do it the way I want. No, this kind of leaders will be very, very, very responsible in ensuring that you should just be in the normal zone where everyone is working. Stop being in your own comforts. Stop being in your zone where you feel like I can do the work the way I wanted to. So it's not going to happen. You should really be responsible in taking it properly, and you have someone over you who is really, really monitoring you in a way that to ensure that the task has been completed by the time that has, according to the deadline, right? So transactional leaders are fairly common today. These managers reward their employees for precisely, we call it as a reward and recognition program. He is a real leader who recognizes your work and gives you an appreciation. Just because of you, the company has got a project. One who sits above you cannot say that we got the project. He should say we got this project just because of so and so. Your recognition is important, and those managers or leaders who give you that recognition are called as transactional leaders. Tomorrow, if a college gets 50 admissions because of Karthik, then exactly I have the right to take it. You can demand in your college that it's only because of me where you got 30, like 50 admissions. Just put my details on the notice board or put me somewhere where people will know me. You can ask for it, no doubt in that. Don't say that it's a dabak or like sounding our own plates or anything. You're not sounding for yourself. You're sounding for something where you achieved something, right? Coach style leaders. So they also focus on strategies that will enable their team. So these are always like us, our coaches whom we see in many of the sports and games. A coach is someone who stands outside the play area, trains everyone, helps everyone to understand, and then sends them inside. So that is the most important factor, right? Buddha Harikumar says like my boss. I don't know how is your boss, sir, but if your boss is really like that, I'm really sorry. I don't take it. but all the bosses will not be like that. I'm definitely sure. So right, and next we'll go with the next one. Bureaucratic leaders go by the books. This style of leadership might listen and consider the input of employees, unlike autocratic, but the leader tends to reject an employee's input if it conflicts with the company policy. Yes, they have some set of rules, they have some set of guidelines which they would like to follow, and which they would like to say that yes, this is what I know and I would love to do this. Okay, they just read the books, right? They just go by the book principle only, and they have a very good intention of rejecting that particular employee's inputs in case if they find that it is going to be a conflict with company policy. Now we are not trying to deny the policy, but that employee suggestion must be helping to improve the policy of that particular company to get more growth. But is he really trying to listen? Is that leader really trying to understand that? No, because he has some set of rules he read in some books. He follows that book and he says that yes, this is my book or this is my guideline. I should not go beyond this. When is that we are trying to be something better or beyond this? I really don't understand what people think about it. But we definitely see these kind of people. We definitely see these kind of leaders coming around and then saying we have been doing this, we have been blah 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 blah. I don't know, right? So now, types of leaders again. No, what is that we have done? That's types of leadership. Now let us come to a leader. That's about a role. This is about a person. Now, number one, I should say managerial leader is the least effective of the five types of leaders. We have actually five types of leaders I have observed. So they have the least influence. People only follow them. See, just because Karthik has become the principal of the college, or Karthik has become the senior manager of a company, even though the team doesn't like to be in his team, or even the team doesn't like to wish him, just that he is a leader, unfortunately, they have to say hello to him. They have to say good morning to him. It is like just by a force. He is a leader who is not made, who has been brought out for some reason in an accidental way. I should say an accidental leader, because they have to follow. There is no option. They have to follow this particular leader, and they just say hello, sir, good night, sir, good morning, sir. So very 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 tough time to have such kind of leader. I mean, like relational leader, yes, he builds relationship in order to influence others. People want to follow them because who they are, not what they know, right? So there is some sort of following in with this type of leader. He definitely builds sort of a lot of relationships. He helps the people to know what sort of relationship one should have with others. So that's a better one actually. Motivation leader, he is going to be a game changer. He certainly sits with the people. He certainly understands the people in a lot of trouble times or hard times, and then he tries to motivate all these people for a mutual benefit for themselves, others, as well as the organization. Trust me, when you're speaking for as a leader, and that too when you're in an organization, you should not speak something for your personal benefit. Ensure your first responsibility is your organization. If you're not speaking for your organization, if you're not helping others to grow for your organization, if you're making someone to grow for you and for their personal self, being in the company or being in a government or being in an organization, that's going to be one of the finest crime which we might have never done. That's definitely a finest crime which we might have never done, right? Be a motivational leader. Let the people follow you. Let the people, just because they respect the ideas what you give, and you're really motivating, but don't let them to go in a wrong way. Now, inspirational, we find few leaders in top companies, in fact, many colleges, irrespective of the age, irrespective of the designation, right? Such peers, faculty, such faculty, he is the one or she is the one who will be inspiring many students, many teammates, many employees, and really people love to go with them. And they are called the real celebrities in that particular institution. Transformational leader is again the biggest one. Passion and purpose, and is to transform others. He just always works on something different. He makes the people to think different. He makes the people to feel like, okay, there is something that we can do new. Stop thinking only in this way. Now his ideas, his inputs, is the way he influences the people really helps the other leaders who are upcoming leaders or the entire team to feel like, okay, there is something different which really transforms the, it becomes a transformation in terms of my growth and the organization's growth. So that is something, better leadership rather, I should say. Now here, why leaders fail. Now till now we have seen why, what are the types of leaderships we have, what are the types of leaders we have in an organization or a company or a college. Now, why leaders fail, this is something I really like this quotation. When achieving results become more important than the means to their achievement, that is the moment when a leader steps onto the slippery slope of failure. You need to achieve a result, that's very important, no doubt in that, but what is the way? Are we really adopting the right way where you are really, making the results impressive and really good for the organization, where people will also be on your steps? You're trying to get out of those steps and you're trying to make it in a different way, people really doesn't like it, and that's when you become a failure. You be a lead. You just be the fog light or a fog lamp or a torch light to show the way, to to make a path to the next level, or the followers of you to walk in a way that the organization will grow, just to achieve something very quickly. No, I'll tell you what will happen. In many cases we have seen a person, the moment he or she becomes a leader in a company or a college or in any organization, they'll be already having some idea. The moment they get to know that there is a chance that they will become a leader, now that's when they keep all of things ready. If I become a leader, these are the things which I should quickly do. That doesn't bother how it impacts on the team. That doesn't bother how it impacts on the organization. They just want to get it done and achieve it, and then say that, okay, I got what I need. If you want to get what you need, then you don't become a leader. You're on a very very wrong note. Often such leaders see their followers as pawns, a mere means to end, thus confusing manipulation with leadership. Manipulation is the biggest key that happens in a wrong leader. They try to manipulate everything. People try to force me when I said about the government job. They said, you do a corruption or a manipulation, just get the bills in a fake way. I'm ready to lose the job. I'm ready to sit in starvation, but I really don't want to do this because that's not the correct way. And the same point I'll raise, as one of that employee said, sir, since we even though we would like to be honest, the people who are sitting above us, they are not honest. So if we try to be honest, we might get affected in our job. So we need to definitely follow what those corrupted people will say. Why should you do that? Escalate the issue, rise the issue. You have several options. If not this particular department, you will be moved to a different department, and you can definitely be there in some other department. Nobody is going to take your job out, right? Right. So We have something from Giridhar Garu. Yes, sir. Manipulation is not correct way. Yes, you must have 7 skills: managerial, analytical, commanding, conceptual, LSR. Wonderful slides. Thank you, sir. And yes, here comes the actual thing. Difference between a boss and a leader. So if someone likes to be a boss, then trust me, he cannot survive in that particular role for a long time. A boss is someone who forces his employees, who forces his team, who forces his anyone to that matter in his particular surroundings to drive themselves in a way with a high authoritative note where the people have to do the task even if they are not interested. And the biggest factor is this leader is not open minded. He says, I know this, I do this, I get this. No, that's not correct, right? So you don't be a boss. If you say that your team has to win something, then just give them something where people feel like, okay, I have my leader, so we sit together and discuss. Try to be a good leader, not to be a boss where people or your teammates or your students feel like I should learn something from them. A boss usually drives the employees, depends on authority, inspires fear. He says, if you don't get this done, see the way he points out, if you don't get this done by the end of the day, you will be screwed, you will be removed, you'll get a pink slip. Who is he to give me a pink slip? Just that he is my boss. But the same, it doesn't take even a 1 minute or 1 second for the employee to ask in return, why can't you do this and show me how it should be done? Now, he takes it so different. He says, I places blame for the breakdown, know how it is done. See, he knows how it is done, uses people, takes credit. He just, trust me, a boss is someone who actually uses a person like a tissue paper. He will be with them till the time they need the work to be done. Once it is done, he will say, who are you? Just be in your limits. I'm the boss. Entire work is done by someone, and the credit goes to this fellow. When is that he is giving a credit to these people? I don't know how many of us remember the story about Abdul Kalam sir. So Abdul Kalam sir and his team were initially during 1980s or 90s, I'm not sure, but I think it's 80s only. They were in the process of launching a rocket from Sriharikota. So when this rocket launch was supposed to happen, okay, so this first time when the rocket launch was done, entire press has come to Shah to see that, and within 5 minutes or 10 minutes time, they found that the rocket failed. Now, who is the team leader for this entire team who prepared this rocket was Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam sir. Now, the press has come forward. They wanted to check why the failure has happened. Now, the entire team of Abdul Kalam ji were ready to come forward and answer this particular press. Then he said, the mission has failed and I'm the leader heading your team. As a leader, I'm responsible to answer. You guys don't come out. I'll meet the media. And he addressed the media and said, by next year, we are going to launch another rocket which will be successful. Consequently, in the next year itself, they launched the rocket. They have been very successful. And that day, again at Sriharikota, we had. I request all the participants to put yourself into mute because it's really disturbing. I'm muted everyone. So sorry. So the second time, when the rocket launch was successful, again the media was at Shar, and this time they were expecting that Abdul Kalam would come out and speak about how the success happened and why it failed last time. You know what? The entire team came out to speak how the success has happened. They could not find Dr. Kalam. Now they questioned, where is Dr. Kalam? Then they said, he wanted the team to answer because this time we have succeeded. But last time, since the team has failed, as a leader, he addressed the media as a since it has failed. So that's the best quality. Not a quality, that's a responsibility. Ownership he has taken. A leader should be responsible and be ready to take the ownership of any activity that happens in the team. He cannot say that just because of Karthik this has failed, just because of someone XYZ it has failed. Maybe because of them the things must have happened. Internally, a lot of discussions can be done. But as a leader, tomorrow if 50 people are working under me, if something goes wrong, the person who sits above me will not ask these 50 people. He asks directly me, Karthik, what went wrong? So that's when I should be ready to answer. If I don't take the ownership responsibility and the caring about my team, then I'll throw my team in the beginning. I'm in the first place saying like, these are responsible, throw them out of the company. If they should be thrown out of the company for some mistake that has happened, then the leader should be, this fellow should be the one who driven these people in a wrong way and who made these people to fail, and just because of them the team and the project is failed. So remember guys, if you're doing something for this society, saying that you are a leader, calling yourself as some a big person or someone responsible, just answer the society in a way that it really needs. I see a lot of leaders in one of the finest worst communication. The way they speak, the way they put the things forward, the way they use the language. I'm seriously telling you this. Even I can speak one of the finest worst language if I wanted to. But I know how professionally we can say no, how professionally we should complain on someone. If today, if someone is not, really working, if again, if I find some disturbance on the team, okay, I would again say like there is some disturbance coming. I request all of the team members to put themselves on, put themselves on a mute, or I will mute all of them. I cannot shout at them like, how many times should I tell you? Can't you be on mute? This is not a leadership. This is not a host, right? I cannot be someone who shouts on the screen. So you might find a lot of examples when I give the, you know, the definitions, when I give the real-time scenarios. You might find a lot of people around you. You might find a lot of real-time examples. Just you can compare with them, but don't open up and speak everywhere about them. That might pull you into trouble. When and then it is needed, you can speak. So these are the differences between a leader and a coach. Who, okay, I mean leader and a boss. Now let's come back to this discussion now. A good leader needs these things. What are the things that a good leader should need? Developing a vision of where you want it to be. No, you are already growing. You're already growing at the level of a senior manager. You're already growing at the level of a next level. But what about your team? Are they growing? Are you helping them to have a best appraisal? Are you helping them to get promotions? Are you helping your teacher as a teacher leader? Are you helping your students to learn and grow well? Don't you want to see your students in good roles in the industry? So develop a vision, put a vision in front of them. This is our theme, this is our vision, we should work on this. That's what you call strategic thinking, planning and delivery. Planning how to achieve your vision and dealing with the challenges. Every time, everywhere, the moment we start some work, we have some challenges. Everywhere. You need to just, they are like hurdles, they are like speed breakers. We have people in the team who really spoil, who are meant to spoil this. A person who goes very straightforward, honest, sincere, and straightforward, I mean, like very correct, he's the one who gets maximum stones on his face or head or the body. He's the one who receives a lot of vegetables as a supermarket on his body. Because wantedly or unknowingly, there are people in the team who trouble them. This I have experienced. And this is what we call as the great old politics. So face the challenges, try to overcome. Okay. If you find someone really troubling, speak to them a couple of times. If not, then take them out of the team. Very smoothly send them out. Ensure next time you're taking it. Why? Ensure that you're taking a right person next time. People management, finding the right people and motivating them to work towards your vision. It's very, very important. Now here, let me tell you, if you're a leader, you should understand the psychology of the person. If you're talking to someone, you should be able to understand the psychology. Now today, if I'm talking to anyone, I take first 5 minutes, 10 minutes of time maximum. The way they speak, the way they put the things on the table, the way they try to give suggestions, whatever things come out of their mind in terms of audio, visual, or text, I take some time to assess them and then decide whether I should really go with them or not. That's very important. Change management, recognizing, responding, and managing changes to your visions and plans. Okay, when and then it is needed, you just identify, recognize the change, what is needed, respond to it, and manage all these changes. Tomorrow, if your vision is the same, but something needs to be modified and then brought out in a different way, just start doing it. Communicate in one of the best ways where people feel like I'm not talking to my boss, I'm talking to my friend. And well, let me tell you, all of you, my dear friends, many people ask me, sir, in the corporate sector, why people don't use sir, madam? Why do they call with names? Just, if I'm not really wrong, the psychology is very simple here. If I start calling sir, 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 there is still a barrier in between a teacher and a sir where people will not be able to have that freedom of asking the way they wanted to discuss or the way they want to move with them. I'm not talking about a personal one, a professional movement. Still, the moment if you are given a leverage to call with a name, today I have MBA students who are doing internship under me who are hardly 20, 30 years, 20 years younger than me. They call me with a name, I'll feel very happy. When I give the freedom to call me with the, with the name, they take that, okay, I'm having some space to speak with them openly. I can, I can discuss anything very, very broadly and openly. Now if I say like, I'm your sir and you're my student, and you should speak like this, they'll never open up. The mind will be very, very, very narrowed down. Persuasion and influence, encouraging others to help you achieve your vision and by demonstrating its advantages. That's very important. Now, 4 tips to create a leadership brand. Think process, not position. You might become an AVP of a company or a principal of a college, or rather the chairman of a college, but there is always a boundary in this. You should understand what is the process involved in running that leadership role, but not just enjoying the position. You should not, your leadership is just about working with others to establish direction. You might be the college chairman, you might be the company CEO, you might be the one of the top leader in the state, but you should always remember that you are here to get down ground to earth and work with the people, be with the people, mingle with people, and help them to get what they want in a right way. Drive them, build a commitment, build a relationship, understand your brand. This is very important. You have a reputation based on how you get things done and how you interact with others. Today many people started liking me. They say like, okay, okay, Karthik, I would like to work with you, I would like to talk to you. It's not like I'm great. There are many leaders who say that I'm leader, I'm a trainer. Even I heard to many trainers, but why I don't go to every single trainer? Trust me, I don't do this, what do you call this, clapping for everyone. If I don't like some trainer, I just put it on the face. Don't try to impress people. One of the worst feature being in a leadership, or one of the wrong symptom in a leader, is trying to impress someone to have a branding. Just behaving in a way that, okay, behaving very out and outside, not inside. Exterior behavior, the way they do it is like, I'm very close to you, I'm very helpful, okay, just take this photograph, done, chalo, over. Never ever try to do this, please. This is not a branding, this is not an advertisement. Leadership is not an advertisement, right? You are not in a shooting. Take control. You're in charge of your leadership brand. So invest in your learning and development as a leader. The moment you become a CEO of a company, or India head of a company, or the chairman or principal of a college, or head of the department, it's not the end of everything. It's the beginning of different things. You should understand. Okay, so you should understand how to grow more. What are the things I need to help my people to learn? What are the things I need to learn? Finally, yeah, how to improve gravitas, attract skills. Sir, simple. If you want to have that skill, attract skill, the only option is the way you work the way where people come to you and say, how did you do this? Work the way where the people will come and say, can you teach me this? Okay, that's the only way. We need not run behind success, we need not run behind popularity, but if we can deliver the things the way it should be done, people always just stand behind you like your shadow. And that's the only way I know. Because I never, if at all, if it is all about building a brand and building some impression. Many people said, Karthik, you have to have a studio, you need to have some good voiceover, you need to have good some setup so that all your videos will be on YouTube channel and a high definition mode. I know many people were there in the past who never had a high definition mode, or who never had such a video communication also, but they're still remembered even after 150 years. And today we are investing our time, money, and everything on such studio setups and saying like, I am a big shot on this. You must be a big shot, sir, but trust me, there were people who proved without all this. So be just a leader who is accessible, with a satisfaction that I'm there to work with everyone, creating new opportunities. Now, this is all about gender leaders, but when I speak about the female leadership part in our country or across the globe rather, the industries with female managers. Trust me, how many industries or colleges or institutions nowadays it is possible, but olden days it is not. When you look at education and social services, NGOs, schools, colleges, many of them have most female managers or female heads. Healthcare, the same. Hospitality, food and beverage. See, the percentage is drastically coming down. Who have got the least? Let us see here. Mining and quarrying, which is not possible. Marketing or electricity, gas supply, utilities, clean tech, the growth is coming down. This is as per Forbes. Okay, so women leaders are very, very important. And when you observe, or when you look at many of the HR panels or the HR teams, I'm sorry, When you look at many of the HR teams, you find many women leaders, or rather the young minds of young female minds who lead the teams. Because I should say that, not that men can't think, but women has a that thinking in a very different way, that they know what to speak at what moment, and they know how to pinch for it and how to get it done, and they can only do it. That's one of the reason. Just give them space, they can make wonders. Just give them some relief, relaxation, that we need this. They don't need anything to think other than time. And if you give them the sufficient time, they make the things to go somewhere in a better way. Uh, if we look at the Fortune 500 companies in terms of Fortune, I mean the CEOs, female CEOs, this is as of June 1st, 2019. Again, the Fortune survey done includes Bed Bath and Beyond's interim CEO. This is one of the company. Since 1998, it used to be one female CEO. Now, by 2019, we have 33 CEOs. From India, we have for PepsiCo, we had for ICICI, we have for Infosys, we have a lot many SBI, we have a lot many companies where we have the biggest, finest female leaders. She's very known, Indra Nooyi, right? Leadership is hard to define, and good leadership even harder. So someone has dropped in a message. That's true. Yeah. But if you can get people to follow you to the ends of the earth, you're a great leader. Don't make people to blindly follow you. A good leader will never allow the people to have blindfolded, and then he will never say the people like, you should follow me the way I should. They say, let us all go together and let us try to reach the destination. I'm inviting ideas, or if you don't have ideas, I can drive you. If you trust, come with me. That's how a leader should be. The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the great things. He is the one who gets the people to do great things. Now, today I'm not a subject matter expert in many things, but I'm trying to pull in the people and to conduct some sessions where that is benefiting many students and many employees. So not that I'm doing something great as a leader, but I'm just trying to connect. That connectivity is something important. A leader is someone who doesn't work for himself, who works for the society, who works for the betterment of the people. And one more here, the task of leader is to get his people from everywhere they are to where they have not been. If you have seen your teammates not growing since many years, if you have seen your employees not getting promotions, not getting incentives since many months or years, no, it's a leader. As a leader, it's your responsibility to sit with them, talk with them. What are the challenges? Why they are not growing? The salary with which they have started, still they're sitting over there. What is the problem? What are the challenges they have? What is stopping them? What do they need to grow? What are the hurdles they have? Take some time, spend some time, keep all the work aside, and that's when you will help the team to grow and company to grow. Just growing for oneself is not a leadership. Growing for yourself by looking at someone's growth in the team or looking at the others growth in the team is what we call leadership, and that's what I believe. So this is all about leadership and my ideas on leadership. I know there were a lot of facts have spoken out, and I'm definitely sure how many, I don't know how many of you are like this, but I really believe that if you are a leader for someone, make sure you are like a family and you're like a parent to them. Give some space, let them treat you like a father or a mother. Let them feel you like, I should speak to them, I should express, I should convey, I should discuss, I should interact. But don't make them to feel like, okay, what time he will leave the office, why he's calling me. So thank you very much everyone, and I think Girdhar Garu has something to say. Yes sir, you can speak up sir. Right, people, if you have
Good
anything.
evening. Good
Yes
evening,
sir,
sir.
yes sir, yes sir.
Wonderful session, sir. So
Thank
I
you,
just
thank you.
want to know how to improve your belief system, sir. Belief system. As a team leader, as a team member, how to improve our belief system and how to be always be cool.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes sir, the one big thing is, if you want to have that belief from your team members, okay, you just be one of those leaders who is very transparent and open in working and discussing anything. If you want to have your people believing in you, say that, okay, discuss everything in very open. If you want to say, Karthik, if I'm your team member, say that, Karthik, this is one of my idea, so I'm planning to implement this. If we implement, this is going to be the outcome. What do you think? Now, when you say that, you're putting your views in front of a youngster or a person who is working under you or above you. Okay. Now, what they feel, the kind of importance you gave to them to understand your feelings and ideas, and they feel that, okay, this fellow is giving me this importance. Now, today I can discuss everything with them openly. Just create a trust. Give them a space that you are for them, you are with them, you are only for them. Once the moment you are very open, very transparent, but at the same time, give it in a professional sense, not on a personal sense. Very, very much important. Give them space on a professional end, not on a personal end. If you give it on a personal end, our entire helmet area will be covered by them, and they will sit on our head, and we cannot bear that weight, sir. Professional note, we should.
So you talk about the conflict management in the slides I seen conflict management.
Right.
So there we need to have accommodation or forcing skill. I think we are having more actually as a team leader. I'm finding many leaders. Is
Okay.
it good for forcing a commanding skill rather than accommodating and helping? So what type of skill is more?
See,
I think.
when someone is trying to force or rather command on someone and say, I don't really say that he can be called as a leader. See, for example, if I have to say something, uh, now you're asking a question or some student has asked some question. If I say, if he gives some wrong answer, if I have to answer like, yeah, it goes like this. I ordered you to do this and I want the outcome to be done by tomorrow. Why don't you do this? And if you don't do this, this is going to happen. If you threaten the team members, if you try to command on a way that people doesn't feel like working with you, then the things are not going to work. Then he can be called as a boss, not as a leader. He can be called as a boss. I don't really say that a leader should have a commanding sense or like he should have a command, but a way in a professional sense. He can command the
Thank
people like, guys, I think it should be done and we can do it. Why don't we set the target by tomorrow so that we can do this? Do you understand? I hope it's clear. Now when you say like this, you're still with the team. And if we say, do this tomorrow and get back to me, I'll be waiting for you, who is going to come? You just go there, simple. A
exactly
person
well said.
like me, a person like me will not come.
Yes. But the people, these generations are taking advantage of this lenience and all these things. That's why I'm asking you.
Lenience is something what we give. That's what, when the more we grow in a profession, sir, the many times I've been telling in many sessions, give a space to anyone, but in before you assign the space to someone, understand, is it on a personal note or a professional note? I allow my students to be on a professional note. They call me as Karthik instead of calling as sir. I'm very happy for that, but that has also a small thin line, and they know they could not cross that thin line because they very much understand that I gave the space on a professional side. If I give it on a personal side, they will never get that at all. First of all, they will never have it.
Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful. I need extra slides also. Very nice, sir. Actually, we need
Thank you,
that
sir. I'll share with
to
everyone,
present in.
and this video can be
Thank you
done.
so much.
So we
Thank you
have
so much.
some more. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it seems I had all the bad qualities as a team head. Now I'll keep all your suggestions in mind. No, I'm not trying to point out that someone's bad qualities are good qualities here. I generalized the session. I really don't want to make someone to feel like today I understood and been like that. So never. So yeah, it's not about personally feeling on this. Still, I say it's like everyone is good at heart just because they become bad at times because of the team or the surroundings. But basically, everyone on the planet Earth is very kind and very good at heart. Just the kind of people because of who are surrounded around us is what is making a very big difference. Someone raised the hand. I'm just trying to see who has raised the hand here. Uh, any questions you can come up and you can ask me, sir, undoubtedly, and let me find out who has raised this. Three participants raised the hand, but I'm not able to find those participants who raised the hand. They can please show the slide of feedback and positivity. Feedback and positivity. Mr. Bharat, which slide you're talking about? Huh, this one. Right. This is positivity. Please show the slide of feedback and positivity. So again, I'm just mentioning this because there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people in the society or in terms of like around us who have been leaders since many days who have been speaking about a lot of qualities, who speak a lot of principles. Even today I can make a session in such a way that I can speak only those facts which sounds very very sweet, which sounds really, really very very good, and people feel like yes, I'm already a leader like this. So there is nothing that Karthik has told in you. When you are ready to listen to something where the mistakes done by someone are never told by anyone, and there is an opportunity to identify that you're doing this mistake in, I mean, someone says indirectly that you're doing this mistake, then accept it. You need not speak out about that, but at least accept that and consider it and correct yourself. That's more important. That should be one of the most essential quality of a leader. So we did not, you may not accept in public every time, but still, okay, it's like that. So yeah, Bharat, you please try to speak.
Uh, Thank you, Mr. Karthik. After a long time, we have been meeting on this occasion,
Yeah,
and
true.
I have asked this slide. Thank you so much. I want to explain clearly about this one. Uh, Please make sure all of this communication. So many people are thinking that why we need this passing of information which is unknown to us, and which is known to them also. I mean, sharing of information which is unknown to us also. And coming to the motivation, why motivation is required? If any person, when they are doing the work, if they got down that I can't do, we have to motivate them in such a way that they can cope up and they can do the work very fastly. Am I right, Mr. Karthik?
Right.
And coming to the positivity, here is one trick we can play. It is a common thing when we are going for HR interview also. If anybody says question that which is unknown to us, usually we will say directly, I don't know, sir. Regarding to say that, we can say in a positive way, sir. Your question is not to that my knowledge. I, I'm I'm listening that your question is very tough, but I will try to say that, but I needed time so that the HR can think that my question is so tough, and so that they can agree what we are saying that. Am I right, Mr. Karthik?
Bharat, one thing, I don't know whether you're speaking in the aspect of a student or a leader, but let me make it very simple. When, if you're asked a question in an interview again, because it looks like most of interview aspect for a student, but if you want to say that I don't know this answer, there is a professional way to put it across. But the same thing should be done if your teammates ask something when you are as a leader. If they ask like, okay, Karthik, why can't we do this? Or Karthik, why don't you get this done for us? No, even if you're not sure about it, there is a professional way to put it across. You can say like, okay, let us definitely work on this, probably I might need some time to look into this. But as a student, if you ask the same in an interview, that might not work every time, and me as an HR, I will
Oh,
not allow that.
this is the main point. Thank you
Right.
so much
Thank you,
for
Bharat.
clearing me.
Thank you, Bharat. Thank you
And
so
here
much.
one more person is there to speak, Mr. Buddha Harikumar.
Yes, sir. Harikumar sir, please, please.
Sir, is there? Is my voice is audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Good, sir. Nice, sir. Please.
Yes, sir. Myself, I am Harkumar, working as assistant professor at Visakhapatnam, one of reputed
Ye-
engineering college, welfare engineering
yes,
college.
sir.
And so a few days back, I was attend one FDP regarding to academic leadership. As they
Okay.
are said, what they are saying, so I was not able to understand. So this section is very very nice, and whatever you are presenting slides is very informative and excellent slides. So whatever you are putting effects on this section, and so around 450 to 500 participants are participated that section. I was
Okay.
really I was really appreciate you, sir. So whatever you are said here, that is really, really, really good and a very, very informative section and very useful for uh, us. Really great section, sir. Thank you for very much for conducting this type of sections and very informative section, sir. Thank you. It is very useful for me.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Uh, Yeah. Thank you for all. Anyone have anything to say on this? Vijayalakshmi Garu just got joined. Right, participants, I think we had a sufficient discussion. Any inputs you would like to say or you would like to discuss or any questions we can discuss around? Uday Banu Garu, I think she has something to speak. Yes, please. Uday Banu Garu, you can speak. I'm just looking out for people who raise the hand. uh,
Sir, am I audible, sir?
yes, sir.
Ban-
Yes, sir.
Sir, from last few days onwards, I am following your sessions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
Thank
very
you.
good, very useful, and very useful, very informative, sir. So I would like to thank you, sir. That's why I have raised.
Thank you so much, sir. And I'm really happy that people are remembering me for some reason in a good way. Thank you so much. And I'm just trying to, uh, during this lockdown, I thought it's not only earning, there is also knowledge sharing. So I thought whatever the knowledge I have, whatever I have learned till now in the last 16 years, I wanted to help the community to learn something or to actually listen to me where they can implement in their real time. Not that I'm an expert in that, but still whatever I've experienced now today, I've given a lot of experiences what I had in the past. So maybe not today, but tomorrow one of us might experience the same. But that's when you need to identify how should I come out of that situation. Tomorrow when you grow as a leader, how should you handle your team? How polite you should be, how soft and how decent, but everything on a professional note. This is that big tagline, or rather I should keep it in bold italic and underline with a big size of font. Let us give a professional space, but not give very personal space, because that makes a complete way around. We will be on the negative side of the axis. We have some more chat here. I want to speak few words. Please share PPT, sir, and conduct these types of sessions. Relationship importance. Yes, sir. I'll definitely do that. Hari Kumar Garu, and I'll definitely listen to all these things. And can you please come up with one more session on resumes, how to crack interviews? Yes, Bharat. I'll definitely do it very soon. We have, and I don't know how many of you will really accept it, because let me make it very clear. Again, as a leader, I'm talking here uh, for me, because as day before yesterday there was a session on artificial intelligence, and in this session when I mentioned it as 199 rupees, totally 28 people have registered and totally 11 people have paid. Registration was done by 28 and 11 paid, and there were a couple of people who questioned me saying, Karthikeya, don't you think it is tough for us to pay 199 rupees during the lockdown period? Sir, I'm not that rich, I'm not that great. I don't say that I'm earning a lot. Even I'm just running my job without salary for the last 2 months, not even a single pie. And today I'm running only a batch of 10 people who are paying 1000 rupees per head for 1 month course. Okay. And I'm not collecting money just because I need to survive with that money, because there are certain learnings which definitely need to have investment in terms of money and then time. When we invest something in terms of money, yes, then only we'll know the value of it. It's not for like I'm forcing someone to pay me money, then only I'll do sessions. If that is the case, I wouldn't have done this. I'm openly telling you today, if I visit any college, many colleges invited me from these sessions. Many said like, you can come to our college, you can come to our college. I will not come for free to any college most of the time. Government colleges, yes, I might think of it, I will think of it, I'll definitely come, in fact. But today I can personally tell all those colleges who are paying me, where I charge 15,000 to 20,000 per day for a session. And many colleges asked me for an FDP. And biggest challenge is they wanted a 5 hour, 6 hour FDP. And I said, I mean, they are not the decision makers who asked me, but the management is a decision maker. I said, I'm going to charge 100 rupees for faculty. If you have 15 faculty, 10 faculty, 5 faculty, even one faculty, I'm ready to do this. Right? So the reason why I'm telling is like, I'm not making business out of this. If at all, if I want to make business out of this, I would have kept a tagline of price for everything. I am ready to conduct some free sessions. Today I have people who are saying, I will conduct the training on R, I will conduct the training on Python, I will conduct the training on, in fact, my own family conducts a training. I have 3 experts in my family with big doctorates and vast experience of 60 years, 30 years, 10 years, who have worked with the maximum, I'm the biggest corporates, and now presently working with one of the finest universities and institutions. and they are ready to conduct the sessions for the faculty and the learners through online. And they're just asking that why can't they pay us at least 1,000 rupees? And people are saying get it for free. We are good at heart, but we should also be good at this, because there is someone who is again relying on this and surviving. The reason why I'm telling all these things is, no, I don't know whether what people think about me after day saying all this. Now Karthik started saying money, so next session may not be free. If he asks money, let us not register. And this happened. 236 people in one group of mine. When I said 199 rupees for artificial intelligence, all of a sudden the number from 236 fell down to 28 and registrations, and paid only 11. And today again, when I said free, there were few. No, it's fine. I'm not forcing someone to join only me. There must be a lot of sessions given by governments for free, etc., etc. It's fine. But think about it and then make a decision. Yeah, we'll make a session on workshop. I'll announce it as early as possible. We have a resume writing workshop very soon. We'll help everyone to write their resumes. And we have launched a recently I have come up with a course for a 1 week soft skills, where it includes career guidance and resume writing. And this career guidance will be given for 1 complete year. And this is charged only at 500 rupees per person. And for that, I have got wonderful and weird answers. It's okay. I'm not just dropping it. My idea I have published. If someone likes it, it's okay. If not, still I'm fine. I'm ready to conduct some more free sessions, sir, for everyone. But I mean, the same. If you are skilled, if you are asked to come for free, then the basic human psychology. When we are doing something, that's when we'll get to know that pinch or pain. When we are asking someone, or when we are looking at someone in a different way, then we don't feel it. When we experience it, that's when it comes. Today, I'm ready to ask people who are in this or your friends. I would like to conduct sessions on R Python. If you know someone who can do it 2 sessions for free of cost, kindly let me know. I'll do all my rest of sessions for free of cost. This is for sure. I'm not. I'm not. I don't want to be. I'm not rude, or I'm not trying to be serious on anyone. But understand the profession. I'm giving a professional discussion. I'm not doing any personal thing, right? So thank you so much. All of us are good leaders. I mean, every one of you in this room are good leaders. Every one of you are very wonderful. Every one of you have a great future. And I'm definitely sure you will all learn. And the biggest quality of a leader is to speak out, not to just keep the things in hidden. Speak out what you want. Ask what you want. Express what you want to. And that's when you will get it. Right? So thank you very much, friends. And that's all for the day. Signing off from you, Karthikeya Kumar. And thank you so much for joining. Have a nice day. Thank you. Bye-bye. I have someone in the chat in the last moment. Akhila Kalluri. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you for your feedback. So that's for the day. Thank you all. See you again. Bye-bye.